Hey all, so I'm going to be doing a little voice meme here. Um, First off, I want to thank everyone that commented. I really do appreciate you guys asking some questions. Some of you asking quite a few, but I'll try to get to all of them. Um, as for the actual meme, I'm just going to do a handful of them that I actually am interested in answering since most are quite generic or I just don't feel like answering them. And then I'll get on to the questions that you guys asked. So, thanks again. Really do appreciate it. So, let's get started. Um, what's your name? Well, obviously, Twisted Zephyr, but actual name is Whitney. I am 21 years old and currently residing in Alabama, United States, for my friends that are like out of the country. And right now it is 12 a.m. Oh, and I do apologize if I sound like tired and all this other crap. I just got in from a double shift, so yeah. Um, is it cold? We're right in the middle of a summer, practically a drought heat wave type deal, so no. Today it was like 96, and then it got even hotter. So, yeah, that was fun. When did you first start drawing, and what was it that you drew? Well, I've been drawing for a while, like, ever since I could actually grasp a crayon or pencil or whatever I could get my grimy little hands on. Uh, but yeah, I've basically been drawing since I was little. As for what I drew, everything and anything. But I would have to say that when I started to think about drawing seriously, I, in my back in my noob years, started with Balto, Disney, Lion King, all that stereotypical stuff that mostly everyone these days starts off with. Tomatoes or potatoes? Potatoes. Potatoes all the way. I love ketchup, but I cannot stand tomatoes. If you wanted to have any power, what would it be? That's a toughie. I guess teleportation. Definitely teleportation. That means I wouldn't have to pay for any airfares or anything like that. I could just go wherever the heck I want. So I would totally be fine with that. What kind of cheese would you be? I might go with the classic cheddar. You really can't go wrong with cheddar. Ooh. Or nacho cheese. If nacho cheese is an option, I'm down for nacho cheese. What is your favorite artist? Oh god, that is a hard one. There are like so many people that I look up to art wise, and like I'm not a person who just sticks to one art style that they like. Well, I can't say that about my own art, but for my art taste, it just varies. Like, I have specific artists that I like for each little thing, and even then, it goes to even more where, like, I have multiple people that I like. But to name a few would, of course, be like most of my friends. Like, Baby Doll, Prince Jackdaw, Ubayan, of course, Teo Wind, Mikey, there's Skipperling. There's so many of you guys. And of course, that's just friend wise. As for people that I really don't like, that I actually look up to, there's Rustmut, Anti Darkheart, Pivots XXD. There's of course big ones like Loish, Artgerm, people like that. Anti Fan Real, just so many. Like we could be here for hours if I were to go off the list. Most annoying song you've heard. Dare you sing some of its lyrics? Okay, first off, I'm already tormenting you guys with you hearing my voice. I am not going to sing it. But, recently, ever since I started to work at the restaurant, there's been this one song that everyone warned me about that they said, like, they hated it whenever it came on. And I kind of regret it now because I've grown to hate it and loathe it just as much as they do. And it is, if any of you ever want to look it up, it is Take Your Time by Sam Hunt. I mean, no offense to the dude. I just can't. I cannot stand that song. I don't know what it is about it. It's just every time it plays, it just grates on my nerves so much. Just no. Do you have a favorite out of all your characters? If so, who? Oh god, this is gonna be like the favorite artist thing. Like there's so many characters that I have. Like, and anyone that knows me knows for a fact there are so many characters that I have that, like, mostly people on DeviantArt or anywhere that I post my art to has not even seen. But I'll just stick to ones that I have more personal connection with, and that would probably be Sarkrim, of course Zephyr, and Zephyrus. Basically anyone in the Absinitrex family, like Dominix, Evelyn, Kale, Spritzer, all of them, like really close connected to them. Probably Shroud and Anjak. Yeah, for those that would have to be like my top tier, like the ones that I enjoy the most, the ones that I really want to get their story out, or at least try and get the story out as best as I can. I mean, one day I would totes love to do either animations to them, or maybe little stories, or maybe just illustrations that portray moments in their background that reveal stuff that you guys don't know much about. So, yeah. On a scale of 1 to Nigel Thornberry, how smashing are you? Well, then, if pumpkins were an option, I would say pumpkins, but if not, I'll just go with dugongs. We'll go with dugongs here. Oh, this is gonna be a lot. Are you a night or morning person? Night. I am definitely 100% a hoot hoot. Just, morning is okay, but morning is when I like to sleep. I like staying up until 3 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. and then going to sleep. How do you feel about breakfast biscuits? Well, if it's the type of biscuits that I'm thinking about, then I would like to think that they're delicious. If it's some other kind of weird biscuit food, I don't know. I would assume that it's tasty. What inspires you to draw? Oh god. There's like so many different things that inspire me to draw. Anything from just looking at other people's artwork, listening to certain kind of music, different little instances or moments in the day where like I'll see something and just it inspires me immediately to draw. And of course, my stupid self won't have a sketchbook on hand, even though I should. But yeah, basically just music, other art, looking at art from certain idols that I follow, nature in general. Like anything and everything, really. Who was your first OC ever? That would have to be Zephyrus. I had little random characters that we all have when we're like young and kids that are just, the typical little fan characters, but not any that you flesh out. Zephyrus was like the first one that I ever really thought of her backstory, really thought of trying to make her design unique, or as unique as a 12-year-old can get, back in like, I think 2006, 2007. So yeah. And I tried to make her personal, which is kind of one of the reasons too why Twisted Zephyr is kind of a name too, is just because I wanted to tie in those characters into my username. So yeah, I would totally Zephyrus. What's the hardest thing for you to draw? Oh god. Everything? Everything. Everything's hard for me to draw. What are you talking about? I am not happy with anything. But no. It would have to be, well, there's many things I wish to improve on. Hands, definitely hands. Getting a pose right, like getting that movement, that flow, getting the anatomy correct, because that's one of the reasons why it takes me so long to draw at times. It's just I'm busy going back, resketching, compromising, resketching again, just so much. Just to get it to that point where I'm satisfied with it, even though I'm still not satisfied with it. But yeah, anything in that category. What do you feel has helped improve your art over time? Referencing. Like, back in the day when I first started, I felt like so proud that I didn't have to reference, or I didn't have to sketch, or I didn't have to use layers and all this other stuff. Nowadays, oh my god, I would be nowhere without layers. I would be nowhere without being able to, do prior sketching, getting the little kinks out, doing thumbnails and all that. And like references save me all the time, because like even though I get the idea in my head, my hands just sometimes cannot bring that to a visual fruition. So if I can find a reference then that will help portray the vision, I am not afraid to use references. Where do you want to take your art in life? Well, if I could just make a career out of it, that'd be nice. I mean, sadly, I'm not like some of these people that think directly what they would like to do. Like, plenty of my friends are Just like I'm going to be a graphic designer, or, I'm going to be an animator at a studio, or a production artist, and all this other stuff. For me, I would just like to do anything with art related, whether it's 3D modeling, 3D animation, 2D animation, illustration, or anything, or like post up a Patreon maybe. I don't know. Like, there's so many options that I have right now, and I just don't know which one to go with. Of course, my biggest dream in life, like, that would make me feel the most accomplished, is that I would like to at least illustrate one children's book. Because ever since I was little, when I started to think of art as a career, that's all I wanted to do, was to basically create and visualize the stories that I grew up with, that helped inspired me and gave me a lot of joy and happiness in my childhood. Starting with, okay, I shall ask 2 questions, one serious and one also very serious. Starting with serious, do you feel life is made of lemons or peaches? Peaches are disgusting, so I shall say lemons, because lemons are just, yeah, even though lemons are sour and peaches are just bleh. I'm just not a fruit person, so I'm just going to say screw both watermelons all the way. Okay, what would be your dream job if art wasn't an option? Oh, God. If art wasn't an option, I would be a very sad person. Like, holy crap. Like, literally, every day I live and breathe art. Like, if I'm not at work, or even, even when I'm at work, I still am talking about art. But, if I had to choose, I would like to maybe either work or own a tiny little cafe, like just a local owned little cafe inside a downtown area where like I get to meet and greet people, get to serve them good food. It's just like one of those little places that maybe stays open for lunch into like early dinner, and then it closes at, before it gets dark. Something where you just get a lot of connections, a lot of people, and something that makes you happy and feel fulfilled. How much do you appreciate me? Well, I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate all my friends and all my watchers that follow me. Anyone that really comes into contact with me is just like, oh, hey, look at this person. Let's, let's see what they're up to. And I'm just over here, like, freaking out, like, oh my God, get away from me. Like, no, you know what? No, you don't know what you're walking into. I am a mess. But, yeah, I appreciate you guys a lot. Like, seriously. Like, well, you guys, I would be a sad puppy. What would you do if you met our fucking person? Well, I would probably be in awe of his hair. Like, dude, what did you have to sacrifice to get hair like that? And are you the reason why we have the ozone hole? Just, yeah. Many questions would have to be asked for that. Secondly, I would not want him to get anywhere near me. Just no. Because he is a complete jerk. Just, this. Person that asked, this. Think I will answer one more question from this, from the voice, the actual meme. Do you think you have an accent? Some people told me I had an accent, like... Okay, when I first started high school, it was this country bumpkin high school. I mean, literally country bumpkin. Just, the people there were very amusing. But for about a whole year, I had to deal with all these people coming up and asking me, what part of the North are you from? Oh, hey, what northern state are you from? Because, you don't look or sound like you're from the South. And it's just like, okay, just because I don't have a country drawl doesn't mean I'm not from here. Because, yeah, I mean, I've been raised here all my life. That's sad, I know. Someone save me. But, yeah. And then when I talk to my friends that are like from up north, like in Ohio, or the losers over in Portland and other areas, they'll mention the fact that, I do have a kind of southern drawl. But I myself don't really notice it. Like, in my opinion, I don't really have an accent. And if I do have an accent, I hope it's not ear cringing, but I know for a fact that this whole thing is ear cringing. And I do apologize for that. But you guys, you guys answered the question, so you know what you were getting yourself into. But, yeah. Okay, so I've answered all the questions here, so I think I'm gonna end this. But thank you all again so much. I had fun with this. It was really awesome answering your questions. Certainly going to be doing something like this again. So yeah, bye.